As Timor-Leste hosts the C-24 Regional Seminar in Dili, we are honored to speak with Dr. Dionísio Babo, serving as Timor-Leste's permanent representative to the United Nations in New York, and also an experienced diplomat whose insights have long shaped Timor-Leste's international standing.
There were about 9 or 10 non-self-governing territories. Most of them are those who are accredited to the Committee of 24 or Committee of Decolonization, include among others the New Caledonian Kanak people, the French Melanesia, the people who represented the Falkland Islands or Malvinas. And then in addition to that, there is also representative from Gibraltar and some other, which I can't remember well. Most of them actually were presented and were presented in the seminar throughout the discussion. All of them presented petitions. And of course, in addition to that, you also have people who actually are representing the administration power, the governments, and also people who actually wanted to have autonomy within the current status or the status quo. And those actually are heard. They present their petitions, their statements, and some others actually we also present supporting them and also providing them with information and ways on how to resolve that. Well, the main position that you see there is that based on the topic or seminar, which is intended to advance the economies and also development in these non-self-governing territories, there are a couple of issues that actually were brought up. One is to encourage the administration powers to continue develop and invest in the development of these territories. Second, on another level, discussions were on the issue of the right to self-determination, which is very much politically oriented. And the third, some people who actually came and represent the groups that actually wanted to have a certain degree of affiliation with the colonial powers. So you have 3 or 4 different layers of representations during the conference. And of course, each of them presented their views. But in addition to that, countries like ours were also part of the committee. We basically show our support of the positions that were presented and show our basic our opinion on how to actually conduct the process of the decolonization. And as you know, Timor-Leste's main position is based on certain article with the Constitution, which provided for us that Timor-Leste is in solidarity with every nation on earth that is fighting for their liberation. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we are forcing people to go and become independent. The people have to undergo a decolonization process, and in that decolonization process, in Timor-Leste's view, the exercise of self-determination through referendum, or in other words, the people should be consulted to decide on their own fate instead of imposing from outside. There's a process within the United Nations that it has to be agreed upon by most of the members. Normally, actually, these petitions were presented through a process where eventually is agreeable by the General Assembly, and of course on the basis of that the mandate is given to the Secretary General to begin the decolonization process. Of course, it's not been easy. Timor-Leste was the last country on the list that actually was taken out because of this exercise of self-determination in 1999. But since Timor-Leste, we have never heard of any country ever been taken out of the list because of the agreement and disagreements within the United Nations. So it's not an easy process. So discussions like these, where Timor-Leste has offered to become the host, is one way to actually provide a venue where everyone from the administrative powers and also the colonized ones, and also those who are actually supporting the affiliation with the administrative powers, to come and talk and discuss and find ways how to actually proceed with the decolonization itself. Well, our main position is clearly defined in our constitution, that we are in solidarity with every people that is rightfully fighting for their own self-determination. And our the basic premise is that the people in the territory who are fighting for their independence, they are the ones who should determine, and therefore they need to be consulted. They need to be consulted, meaning what? Meaning that they are the ones who should exercise their right, whether to a referendum or to an election or through whatever process it is, as long as their voice is heard, right? So I decide about my house, my own fate. It's not someone else who's coming to decide about myself. This is the basic premise that Timor-Leste, has been the position of Timor-Leste, and it is based on our constitution and the process of our historical development. Well, first of all, it's been an honor that since we were taken out of the list, because Timor-Leste has been on the list since 1960s. Most of us were not even born yet. And then the process actually went all the way until 1999, that actually we got the opportunity to to exercise our right to self-determination. We became independent, and even until 2 days ago, we never had a chance to actually host any activity related to a commission that we were part of. So this is in itself is a proud history for us, because it's a history in itself. For the very first time, Timor-Leste hosts this type of event. Second, this type of event is an event that is part of the regular meeting of the United Nations. And it's supposed to be taking place in New York. But in the last couple of years, it has been decided to be held in different regions in the world. And many countries actually are competing to get this opportunity. We are lucky. The last year in Caracas, Venezuela, we offer our readiness to host, and along with one or two other countries, we got the most support, and that's a rare opportunity, and it's not easy to get such an opportunity. That means what? That means trust, right? That means that we have visibility, we have credibility, and also, it shows to the world that we deserve to be respected, right? So I'm so proud that it happened at this point of time. at the time when we celebrating 25th anniversary, a quartet anniversary of the referendum in 1999, and the 23rd, anniversary of our restoration of independence. So it has a meaning itself, for us at this particular point in time.
As Timor-Leste continues to play an active role in advocating for decolonization and the right to self-determination, these insights serve as a guiding voice in shaping the nation's diplomatic path. From the heart of Dili, Timor-Leste presents its growing leadership on the global stage in standing with all people, still seeking their rightful place in the world. I'm Digna Saraung, and with the team of TATOLI, thank you for watching.